Hanna, what do you want? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? I said, we want to bring it out because here is my authentic baby picture, and here is what I would have looked like had I not been physically altered so many times. So if you're new coming along, this person here was altered over 625 times, face and body. You will see the exhibit. If we bypass the politics, we can actually do the exhibit. And there's one module of 200 just on this person alone. This is what she looks like now, if you can kind of see it. And this is more recently. Like almost like a little morphed kind of person. There's a big difference between this and this, but it's the same people. And then when you look at her childhood photos in housing, even that, she's 10 shades darker. It's fitting the Indian marketing, which is okay. But this person here never ever wore any type of cosmetics on the face. Even in her ugly form, she kind of covered up some stuff, but it's not in the same aspect of someone who wears cosmetics every single day. She loves her occasionally lipstick, some mascara, eyeshadow. That is about it. Not too heavy on the cosmetics. Very, very natural. So we want only one photo, and that is it, because she is technically a faceless halo. The beauty about the story is you're getting the nitty-gritty and all the details. You're getting what Illuminati chopped up. This is what goes to the Law Society for witnessing. It belongs to a corporate. They don't get that. We want to keep this monster that is conceived in the mounts in one particular locale. So there's thousands of videos, and that's because of mental illness. It took years to calm down because that is the impacts of the drugs coming out of her. It's a really ugly story what was done to one human. But she's not alone. There's thousands injured in the vicinity. We're talking thousands. There's hundreds of limbs. Even when we look at Loblaws, there's like all kinds of normally there's 2 handicap spots. They've made an exception, and I think there's a whole row of handicap spots because it's part of C3's history. We just want to present the morphed version and the beautiful version. It's the authentic. The reason why we want to do the movie is for 10,000 years from now. In the history of human, you never get to see the real. You always get to see the fake. They like to keep secrets for the future. The reason why you're seeing the real today is because there's a chance the world may end. Hanna got that feed, and she thinks it just actually will. She really believes that. She thinks the devil was just killed his pride or whatever, following her pride, which Hanna would never harm anything writing the real Evolve exhibit. So every day, even though this person died twice in the name of ethics, she gets up, slugs to her computer, does 1 hour of work max, then tries to clean the house because we can't bring in people. We don't, because there's no police, no nothing in the vicinity, we have to deal with the best way we can for security. So do subscribe to this if you do want to see the authentic. That authentic will close, and that will be for 10,000 years from now or 20,000 years from now. If you like the exhibit, the real might forever stay. In this zone, this is what is shown. Like in Hannan, this is what it's shown. These kind of things go onto the main wall for public notice because of the level of fraud. The bottom line is, by keeping it into one place, we get the Zionists to kind of back away, who want to build their own. But it's not the authentic. And the sad part is we have, for example, St. Helen. St. Helen died pretty young. We want the girl that was playing her overseas to actually maybe take on the role of St. Helen, if she didn't really get killed. So we don't know anything what goes on outside of Hannan. But if you're watching, you'll immediately know it's the real. And why is that? Because first of all, her name means star. You are the first prototype land. First name and last name. It's a Han derivative from central China. It's her migratory history that's super interesting, that every single thing said on the 1,500 channels are accurate. And it's mortifying everybody. But when you're very, very large, like Michael Jackson or Madonna or Hannah, that's what ends up happening. They're going to nitty-gritty everything. You, at the very beginning, Hannah was mixed up with St. Olive, is our guess on it. But St. Olive is a beautiful girl, young girl with black hair, black eyes. Hannah is the blondie in the real story. And I think the Germans took on Olive. I really don't know. We don't know. We don't care. We're broadcasting the real. So, in saying that, by subscribing, we get to do the movie for the next 10,000 years. It's actually like academic work. You get a chance to see why she's the globe's biggest figure, and that is what they're hiding. Because they're getting AI into it, and they want to have like that goddess fly over the mountain and land on the suffering men's ding-a-ling. You know the story. But that's not the real. These things, part of the Sun collection, was done on purpose for the betterment of society. We were pushing that betterment. That 1 ounce of hope lets the planet know that God has landed amongst all the tyranny and the dead and the blood and the gore and all of that. It's a slimmer of hope, even for Hannah, to get up and try to continue. Like today, I'm going to post this on the main wall. Everything done was for the better of society. And that's where we're headed. And she's not alone. There's 7 other people. So it's Hannah and 7 saints. All naughty because of the devil. Like they get omened. Then there's the courtyard of Jewish women trying to build their own. And they're very interesting too because they have an Orthodox system. There was nothing Orthodox about Hannah other than her heritage blue eyes from Central Caucasus regions were made green in Anatolia, which is the color of the real Orthodox Jews. Nobody knows that. See, all these things are novel information, and